All right, Shalom. I like to start up by saying Kal Halayim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Harikak Wadash, my mom. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and my elder Harold one as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. All right, it's going to be a quick spiritual hydration on an individual I talked to that was having trouble getting over something that they did in the past and moving forward, really condemning themselves. You know, not realizing, but sometimes we can be overcritical of ourselves, and we have Yahweh Shai as an atonement for the sins that we the sins we've done in the past. You know, so we can't sit there and hold that over our heads when we have Yahweh Shai to look forward to. So those past sins will cause you to focus on your shadow. And when you're focusing on your shadow, that means your back's towards the sun. Using it in a metaphorical term, I like to hear the elder of our camp, or Herawan, he'll say that when you're focusing on the past, meaning looking at your shadow that's behind you, you have your back towards the light, which is the sun that's casting the shadow. But if you turn around towards Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and focus on the light, Yahweh Shai, then that you begin to shed off that excess weight and leave it behind you, like as it should be. All right. So I just want to get a couple scriptures of encouragement, just to let you know, don't let the past sins weigh you down. But we pray to the Father in the name of Yahweh Shai to forgive us of all of our transgressions and even the ones in our past life that we know nothing about, because we sin daily, um, and some of these times we don't know that we even sin. So, um, so we have Yahweh Shai there as our mediator, and I did a lesson on that last week, dealing with him being our mediator. All right, so focusing on what's ahead of us and walking towards the light, and forgetting about what was done in the past, in hopes that Yahweh will forgive and forget. All right, because He said He will forget our transgression, and our covenant that we once made with death will be disannulled, and He will break the covenant that we made with death, because 2/3 of our people are still in that wicked sense of cleaving onto that covenant with death. When we have Yahweh Shai that had brought us back to life. All right. So I just want to get a couple scriptures of encouragement going into that. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and to serve this purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 1. It says, therefore, Slakia, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. All right, so I know in times past we've been put in some weary situations which cause us to move in haste, but the Lord said, "Not give not haste in the time of trouble. Keep our mind focuses on Him, and we'll move slowly according and be patient, going according to the Spirit." All right, so we no longer live according to the flesh, what cause you to have fear. We only have fear of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, because the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear, but He gave us the spirit of power and love and of a sound mind. So understanding that, we begin to let go of the things that we've done in the past, or maybe in the recent past, um, and try to move on forward towards a glorious future in the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Verse 2, it says, for the law of the spirit of life in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach had made me free from the law of sin and death. All right, so we are brought, even we die in sin, but we're brought to life in Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, verse 3, it says, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending His own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh. Right, so He condemned that, took away that sting of sin, which is death. Took away the sting of death, which is sin, Salaki, and and gave us a newness of life. All right, in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach being our mediator, and the ultimate sacrificial lamb, the atonement for the sins of Israel, ultimately all of Israel, but for the initially for the first fruits that'll get deliverance, not only from the sinful flesh, but getting those new bodies, will be the first fruit ushering in the kingdom, and we'll get deliverance and salvation, for believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, verse 4, it says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh but after the spirit. Right. So walking after the spirit, the laws become your lifestyle. Um, and you're not trying to make it according to the law, but we try to uphold the law to the best of our ability. All right, uphold the law to the best of our ability, cutting off the flesh and living according to the spirit. And once you focus upon that, you no longer be concerned with the things of the flesh, and you no longer be concerned with the things that are carnal, and you no longer become carnal minded. So now you're not focusing on the physical, meaning you're not focusing on the shadow behind you, but you're pressing towards the mark, which is the light of Yahawashi Yahawashi, to get that exemption from judgment. Focusing on keeping your mind on heavenly things, focusing on the spirit, and mortifying the flesh to to make it an instrument of righteousness. Verse 5, it says, "For they that are of the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are of the spirit, the things of the spirit." Right. So what are minding the things of the flesh? Sinning on any occasion just to be able to do it. All right, sinning at will. All right, keeping your mind dwelling on the things you've done in the past and not moving forward to the future. That's being carnal minded. That's not believing in the Messiah, because the believing in the Messiah, Yahawashi, will get you a spiritual state of mind, and you won't dwell in the things that you may have done in the past that you're ashamed of, because Yahawashi is here to take that shame away. Now, if you keep going in that type of lifestyle and transgressing, that's a different story. But if you're trying your best to live according to the Spirit, all right, we all fall short. All right, Ecclesiastes 7:20 that says there's not a righteous man on earth that doeth good and sinneth not. So we all fall short of the mark. But what all that sin couldn't do, or what all the law couldn't do, um, um, the spirit was able to do, because it was weak according to the flesh. Yahweh sent his only begotten son, Yahawashi, all right, to condemn the flesh, all right, and uplift the spirit. So as long as we stay focused on that and stay focused on Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, all right, and cut off the flesh, meaning cease from sin to the best of your ability. We're gonna sin, but don't transgress. Don't keep committing the same, and don't become an and creating iniquity over and over again, because you feeling like, oh, you have Yahweh Shai to forgive you, because that would be crucifying him afresh. All right, he's not getting back up there on that cross. Okay, so staying focused on the things that are spiritual, not the things that are carnal, man. Verse 5, it says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are of the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life. And who brings that life and hope? Yahweh Shai." All right, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So if you're carnal minded trying to go according to the law, it can't be. You can't get righteousness according to the law, because we're wrapped in this sinful flesh. He put us in this position for the sense of to give us a sense of hope. Put us in a position where we couldn't get out of it ourselves. We had to hope and have faith in Yahweh Shai. All right, verse 8, it says, "So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh." So there's no way to please Yahweh according to the flesh. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you. Right. So that's what causes you to feel upset when you commit a sin, and you have every right to feel that way, because we want to be perfect, but we cannot. The only way we can be perfect is through faith, man. All right, let patience have a perfect work, so that you may be entire, wanting nothing. I wish I had my Bible with me, so I could these precepts that I'm reciting I could bring out, but I'm just doing a quick spiritual hydration sitting in the car and while it's raining. All right. But those that are of the spirit do mind the things of the spirit. That those that are of the flesh are mind the things of the flesh. And what comes when you mind the things of the flesh? Fear. All right. And it'll have you thinking. Fear like that will have you running from Yahweh instead of running to Him through Yahweh Shai. Because fear will have you thinking, or have you thinking that you're not worthy to pray because you did this in the past, and have you sitting there judging yourself. That ain't nothing but the devil, a deception. All right. Verse 9, it says, "But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Yahweh Shai, he is not his. He is none of his." Right. So we have the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Those that truly believe in the name of Yahawashi, you have to have his holy name in order to get that forgiveness, because that's what you have to call upon for salvation. Verse 10, it says, and if Yahawashi be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. Because these bodies ain't gonna make it out of here no way. So what do? You tame these bodies according to the spirit, and you walk after the spirit. Don't walk after the flesh. But if the spirit, verse 11, it says, but if the spirit of him that raised up Yahawashi from the dead dwelleth in you, he that raised up Yahawashi from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you. So quicken these mortal bodies, meaning we're walking according to the spirit. We're not out here transgressing and committing iniquities. Do we sin? Yes. But there's a difference between sinning and living a sinful lifestyle. So you begin to cut away the flesh and to live according more to the spirit, and let the spirit dwelleth in you. I said, verse 12 says, therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh, to life after the flesh. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. So this is it's not gonna, you're not gonna just stop everything tomorrow. It's a process of time. But you have to keep your mind focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushai in order to complete that process, to mortifying the deeds of the body, to live according to the spirit. Verse 14, it says, for many as are led up by the Spirit of Yahweh, these are the sons of Yahweh. Right. And that's what makes you, they said, John chapter 1 says, as many that believe on him, to him gave he power to be born from heaven, roughly paraphrasing. Verse 15, it says, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. All right. That's what our spirit cries out on a daily, man. Abba, Father. Because of the the sinfulness that we have to live through daily, the sin that we see surrounding our people, or seeing our people being indulged in sin, not wanting to turn back to the Father, that's also vexing. All right. Verse 16, it said, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. And that's the point, man. And that's the point. So we are the children of Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, man, and having faith on his holy name. All right. It says, and if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Right. So it's a suffering, having the spirit have to go through this walk in the sinful flesh, because we want to be perfect, but we can't. The only way we can seek perfection is through faith and doctrine. That's it. So we have to study to show ourselves approved, and live according to the Spirit, moving towards Yahweh Shai, who's going to bring us back to the Father, man. All right, verse 18, it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right, so the suffering shall not be compared, that we're going through shall not be compared to the glory that's going to be unveiled in us when we get salvation, Lord willing. I'm part of that number. All right, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh. So who have walked and been patient all the way to the end, that's going to be revealed to the rest of the world, who the sons of God are, who the sons of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right, verse 20 says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope. So he put us in this situation, wrapped in these chains of darkness, in this sinful flesh, right, for the Spirit to call out, and we have to be saved through faith and hope for deliverance. Okay. Verse 21, because this creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And that's the glory behind it. We know that we have a mediator that's gonna give a testimony for us to Yahweh, because we be giving his testimony out there on the highways and byways to the people. All right, bringing in all those that are heavy laden in sin, and showing them there's a way out. All right, verse 21. Because because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. For we know that the whole creature groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And that's what we're going into, just like Yahawashi groaneth and travaileth in pain while he was crucified. The ones that believe in his holy name groan and travail wrapped in the sinful flesh, waiting to be delivered. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of your body. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what man seeth, what? All right, no, the point here, right here, I want to end it off is verse 23. It says, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. Right. So we do the best that we can out here in the sinful flesh, having hope in Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi to bring us back to the Father Yahweh, all right, and taking us and living according to the Spirit and not being subjected to the darkness of these chains of darkness that we're wrapped in. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and motivated and served its purpose. And like without that, I'd like to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi by Hashem Harikakudash my mouth. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herod as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shalom.